car and the truck, while the Ranger ride's really nice, we're going to take the truck because we're headed down east. Going to do a little deep water fishing, a little bouncy ride here, but a lot of ding-dong drivers. I'm sure you guys have seen some people are just getting worse with their driving, and if they see that trailer, they just seem to like have to cut you off and speed up and slow down. I'm sure you guys can relate, especially if those with trailer boats. But we've got B-Team Bob in tow behind us. We couldn't deal with him in the truck ride over. It just would have been too much OCD. The truck's too dirty. You guys know that if you've watched the videos. We've got people coming in and out. It's like fish camp kind of here for the next little bit. Matter of fact, really this whole month, we've got some destination stops. I'm going to be in about 5 different states doing some travel fishing. Some is going to be on video that you guys will see. Some just some snapshots on social media. So make sure you follow us there on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and all that stuff. So we'll have some different stuff than you're probably used to. We've got B-Team videographer on the camera right now. Producer dude is like, this is like too far away from him. Bedtime,
he just couldn't handle your driving of all the bumps.
He couldn't handle the driving with the bumps. He's very short. We didn't have to get a booster seat. All of those things. But so comment below, let us know. We're putting this video up here shortly, and what you'd like to see. We're going to be doing a podcast kind of remote. If you guys remember the campfire confessions that we did, we're going to do kind of another variation of that.
Do you want to ask people for questions?
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Yeah,
questions. We did that before. You guys sometimes have amazing questions. Sometimes they kind of suck, and I'm just wondering if you had some gummies or something and you weren't paying attention. But seriously, put something in there. If it's snarky, I'm just going to delete it. Not going to lie to you. Suburb Kyle, we want your good material. We do not have Country Steve on this one. He's not one of the usual suspects that will be showing up. I don't even know what he's doing. Who knows? But me and him will be fishing together in the near future. I'm not sure if we're going to have a camera on that little excursion or not. But I'd like to know some of the questions you would like to hear. We can fit those into a separate video or even within the podcast, because we're going to have several people on that podcast in addition to just me. So B-League videographer, besides my bumpy driving, this is just Ohio. This is what you get. Is there anything that you'd like me to inform the people, or that you'd like to inform?
Well, maybe give them a teaser on who's going to be on the podcast so they can tailor your questions that way. I mean, obviously, B-Team Bob.
Yeah, B-Team Bob, but he'll
but
just
then
be
who's
like a
your
puff on a log,
Yeah, but who's your special guest? Like, without giving it away.
He's been on the podcast multiple times. You guys really like him.
Okay. And is there certain types of questions maybe they should submit for him?
Just not dumb ones like what's your favorite color, or just in detail. I think that's the big thing. Would you agree?
Yes.
Because B-Team helps here with some of the B-Team videographer, that is, helps with some of the social media stuff and looks at a lot of your things.
It's technically Boss Lady.
Yeah, well,
I don't get mixed up with B-Team Bob.
So that's a whole thing within itself right there. There was some confusion with B-League videographer. That's a lot of syllables. That's a lot of like too much embroidery cost. So I'm not sure if it was B-Team Bob or you that was more offended.
No, I actually owned the B-Team thing till you used it on Bob.
Yeah. So anyhow, it's Boss Lady's here. So her thing too is that it's the questions. Just give us a detailed thing. So don't say, what do you like to do fishing deeper? Or a little bit of thought in that, so that we can know not only the direction that you're going, but just it helps give a better answer. Like, what do you like to do when you fish, and what speed do you fish?
Well, and this is their opportunity to have a moment into Captain Ross's brain without having to pay for a guide trip. So, I mean, you might get a little bit of some tips if you actually put forward some effort and ask a good question.
That's a very good point, yeah. I mean, we give better responses and more effort.
It's free.
When you give more effort, I'm going to give more effort. How about that?
And who doesn't want into that brain?
Well, probably that's a loaded question. There's probably a lot. Probably see that dumpster right there? See that dumpster? Yeah, that's probably what's going on up here.
But good questions. We want good questions. We don't want it to be boring.
Yes, yeah. And some of you guys are amazing with the questions, and that's why some of these too that people see. Here's the other thing, you guys that are reading, maybe you're a comment reader. A lot of the guys send me, because I think they're afraid, they send them to me in an email or like a private message, which is fine. But honestly, put them on the social media questions. like on the YouTube in particular, because that it does help us out with all of the algorithms and stuff, but other people want those to see what those questions are and get those answers as well, so we can help more than just you. So honestly, I do get more, moving forward, because of Boss Lady, she says we're going to be more detailed on our social media questions when someone's just not a prick. And if you're a prick, what happens?
They're going to get called out. Like, I think we should screenshot their username and totally, like, do a rant about them. Not in a good way.
We have done that before. And then sometimes, what's the other? You just tell me, just block.
Block and delete. Don't even feed into them, because they're just trying to cause drama.
Yeah, we've seen some ding-dongs. Why are some of these fishermen, do you think, such...
I mean, well, who sent you a friend request today? I mean, let's talk about that.
Elon Musk sent me a friend request, but then one of our other Fish USA Pro staffers, he's put a screenshot up that he also got the same thing. So I don't know if Elon's just trying to get into fishing, because this guy's also a really good fisherman. So maybe it's just like, he's trying to get down and he knows what's up.
Or it's ISIS.
It might be ISIS. Yeah,
I might have to beep that out.
Yeah, don't use the I word, because then the algorithms, the world we're in today, how things go. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna do. Should we tell them some of the other stuff that we're doing as stops?
Teasers. Don't go full send. Just teasers.
Okay. Well, we're gonna do a video with a guy you guys also respond well to, that we've done before, but it's been a while, and it's not walleye fishing. That's pretty good. It's hard to give a
that was a good one.
Okay.
And then what's your other one that's coming up?
Then I'm going to be doing some fishing with a guy who I consider one of the best fishermen that I know. One of the best all-around fishermen. Yes, walleyes too, but he's one of the best fishermen in the country. I'll say that. So me and him are going to be doing stuff. There'll be a little less video on that one. We won't have Boss Lady or producer dude on that trip. There's some other things working on this adventure.
And you're kind of going under the radar, but not totally under the radar, to another location.
I'm doing another location. We're doing some sponsor stops. So at this time of year, to give you guys a little behind the scenes stuff, this is when budgets and planning and thing happens for 2025. So I'm going to be stopping at a couple sponsors, doing some things for them that they need in the office. Then I'm also going to be going on the water at one of these stops with a couple young bucks that are, they're scopers. So we're going to do a little bit of that. You might see a little video action from that. I got to be respectful, because that's their thing, and they're actually practicing for a tournament when I'm going to be there. So, I don't know what we can put on there or can't. Again, I have respect for them. I think one thing is, you guys sometimes don't realize the whole picture of things going on, because this is my job. And a lot of people, it's a hobby. If you listen to the John Bala podcast that we just put up, and I understand that, but it is my job. This is how we make our money. And it's just like, for the last couple of years, we had comments like, oh, you keep turning your back to the camera, you don't want to show us because you're using this and that. Well, now you got to see the gold miner. Rapala gold miner. Bait goes to 30 feet, actually a little more depending on the type of line that you're using. And it's got a loud rattle on it, so that's going to work in that off-colored water, or even when it's overcast in that really deep, clean water. It helps bring those fish up from a distance. We've done that with other baits through the years. And this bait it's really unique. It's flat-sided. It's different. It's just different. We went through a lot of changes. I'm going to ask Rapala for permission, but I've got a box full of all the different varieties.
But make them go watch the video. Don't give them too much.
Yeah, we did a video on that. Make sure you go watch the video. But I'm thinking, once I get permission, because I have like 40 or 50 samples. Like, that's what I don't think people realize. Like, we had chrome blue in like 20 different variations, because that's where, like, how does it take 2 years to do a bait? It takes a lot of time with testing, because you go through and then you got to make sure that it wasn't just that day, or the color, or this or that. And so there's a lot of stuff that goes into that. And testing lures it's a lot of what we do. Working with Silver Streak lures for 25 years, if not a hair more. It's actually a hair more than that, I think. But with the Rapala thing, that was why we had our back turned to you a lot. We couldn't show those baits, and obviously we're on the water. We got to use them when we can, and couldn't always do that, because they want to keep these things on the down low, as you might imagine. So, but yeah, check out those videos. It is crazy to me. I get it, but you guys are a little lazy too. Check out our videos. Follow that stuff. People will be like, "Hey, tell me how to rig a."
That's a pet peeve of Captain Ross, by the way.
Huge. Tell me how to rig a dipsy diver. We have a video. It's got 60,000 views that says how to rig a dipsy diver. Watch it. That's all we're talking about, is how to rig a dipsy diver. Same thing with these deep water things. You guys ask your questions about deep water stuff, and then we literally have a video just on that. So make sure you follow along. We want to help you out, but help me help you. That is a pet peeve when we have a video and then people just literally will say, well, I just didn't watch the video. Dude.
Don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy. Listen, nothing's free in this world, except for some of these questions, but some of those you're just going to get... Or I might send Country Steve after you, and that really would not be fun for you, I can promise you. Suburb Kyle, though, you do not want any part of fishing against Country Steve. I don't know you personally. Country Steve's a good stick. I'm just telling you. But, Boss Lady, do we have anything else that we would like to inform these people before we get into this fishing extravaganza, which is going to be the next roughly 45 days for me?
No, we are nearing construction zones and heavy traffic, so I think it's time you peace out and do some focus. And don't do stupid questions.
Good. We want to hear you, but make sure you hit that like and that comments thing. People always, they send me a lot of stuff and say, how can you help us? Unfortunately, I don't necessarily agree with it, but the world we live in is social media, and putting these videos up, it costs a lot of time and money to have all these people involved doing this, like really a lot, and a lot of effort on our part. So if you would just help us out by simply hitting the like button, share it, making a comment, the algorithms, from what I hear, that really helps out. So we appreciate all you guys following and doing that, but help me a little bit, and we'll continue to keep knocking this stuff out for you and give you a lot more content just like we've been doing. Until that, we're done.